decent amount of range. The one downside is that the tools that you have to reliably deal with this Kassadin are going to be very reliant on how's your game state. Like, is Camille going to be in a good place?
Yeah.
But they do have a ton of CC, right? And they have Xayah, who is very survivable, so...
Again?
Yeah, different character.
Is there any other anime that people watch? Because
well, yeah,
there's Chainsaw Man.
Well, there's a ton, but Chainsaw Man's really good.
Okay.
Good pitch.
Nice.
Will that get you? Will that get you to watch?
No, it won't.
Okay, well that's unfortunate.
Yeah, well.
But you can see with the amount of
this
life?
is hilarious, actually. I mean, this is a lot of damage that Effort's actually taking. So annoying. Effort's like, I'm gonna trade it back, but at the end of the day, Lulu definitely very strong in these kind of annoying spots where you get a bunch of autos off.
It's actually quite big. Does he make it back in time for the cannon? Oh, making sure that Effort was harassed away there, but you're still going to be able to get a free shove here. Might set up for a possible free back into a dragon if they do want to go into that direction. Not going to be the case, at least for now. Zeka is like, yeah, no, I'm level 6. I'm casting. I'm fine.
Yeah. Just trying to clear that wave.
Doesn't have TP, though.
Umpty. Okay, he is going to ward this. Just to play it safe, Umpty is not level 6. And yeah, as you mentioned, no TP, so he's going to swap over to the heal.
Well, that's pretty important.
Yeah, well, it's a lot of damage trying to force that heal out, and Zeka's just going to use it so he can farm.
They both are very happy to opt into this. We also, outside of Chemtech, have a fair amount of good dragons that are available here for a soul.
Are they going to fight now? I mean, Rift Herald is coming down. Zeka trying to get some golds. Pretty nice for him. Zeka, you know, he's keeping up in terms of CS, but look at this, 3 plates is now Karis in a little bit of trouble, just going to push away Devi as just a flash over the wall, could do it, the Sedge ult comes in and Zeka just avoids it. As first blood at 1356.
It's really
Evil Church.
Yeah, it's like Elden Ring meets, you have to check it out. It looks amazing.
Okay, all right, here we go, the flash Annie right on top of the Gnar, doesn't matter. It's Mini Gnar, and Bro finally pulled the trigger. Nicely done, as Morgan in a bit of trouble here. He's just going to get blown up as Umpty was thinking about wrapping around. Definitely is. Kingen is very close to that Mega Gnar. And look at the positioning as well of Zeka. He was just pushing out mid, or at least trying to, as this one is getting lower and lower. Mega Gnar threat is here, as in he goes. Gonna knock the Azir, and they try to blow up the Azir, and they do. As Cars will be the first to go down, but the Xayah value, pretty huge. The Feathers able to be pulled back. For Hannah, and they can't get on top of him as the Vi here. Clid will be able to take down the Drake at the very least. As Imigo gonna pull the trigger there. Massive wild growth on 4 of them. As eventually the Xayah does get taken out. No more Featherstorm, no more Summoners. And so not much that Hannah could do. Viper just too scary in this one, and Bro will have to back away. I'm not sure if we'll even get to that place in the game, as Kingen is going to face check on the Sejuani. Umpty is very far away from his team, though, as they will actually ult onto Sedge, trying to get down Umpty here as he's taking a ton of damage, and the Vi damage even coming through, breaking the armor of that Sejuani. And Bro was not able to get in position to actually help him out, so free kill onto the enemy jungler.
You gotta try and Hail Mary this.
I think he's gonna get it right before, like right as he TP's in. The timing, yeah, there it is! Actually right as he gets in, as the smite this time does go the way of Umpty. Can they win the fight though is the question. Bro on the run, down goes Morgan as the zap is over the top. Nice little stun onto Clid trying to save them. And Zeka's not gonna be able to stop 4 people as Kingen really trying to force this Mega Gnar in, but the kiting power of Bro is still there with the Azir and the Xayah. Unfortunately, not gonna help them win this fight.
Looking good here.
Yeah, Kingen just going to TP back into this one. He does not have Mega Gnar, as this could be a lot of damage. Tibbers also going to go in here. It doesn't look like Kamalife want to go for the Baron, though, as a nice little sweep, but Karis is all alone in that backline. Meanwhile, look at Zeka just trying to terrorize the backline of Bro. He gets 2, has a stopwatch, and Umpty is not going to be able to get the flail into him, as now Morgan comes back. Straight into the arms of Kingen as, oh, very nice read. Gonna get in there with the hook shot on top of Viper and take him down. So Bro at least able to stop the Baron on what is a pretty messy fight.
Clid being very low as, oh, okay, Kingen. That's
Kingen,
flash use as well.
Sheepish grin.
Considered a counter pick when Gnar, no. Yeah, it's what we expected.
Oh.
Yeah.
And
And then he goes back in. Oh.
Gave him. Pretty clear to me. Either way, they're going in onto Effort. He is in a bit of trouble. He's on the run, but immediately just gets blown up by one rip walk. A little combo there from Zeka. Trades a bit of damage back. Tibber's pretty strong nowadays, as he has received some buffs, but that is now a dead Effort.
Just make sure you turn. I don't want you to fight in close range.
Mega Gnar is going to get the Sejuani. Again, they do tons of damage to him, but Scott Warmonks is going to look to regen it, but they're not quite letting him. Kingen taking a huge beating from the front line of Bro. Karis still in this pit. Umpty gets in, but the smite is not there, as it is a nice try from Bro to get the steal, and could have been flipped rather, but at the end of the day, Umpty is also going to go down, and Bro are on the run. As Morgan in a bit of trouble, just going to flash away and stay alive.
Not in a rush.
The Henna's getting a bit frisky. Okay, they're trying to get the wraparound here onto Clid, but he's incredibly tanky at this point. He has tons of armor and MR with the item choices he's gone for, also Merc Tread, so it's not like you can easily 100-0 him. He also has 2 Mountain Drakes.
It's
so.
Vi with, I'm pretty sure he has Unflinching, Merc Threads,
Look at his armor.
Frozen Hard.
233 armor.
He has Frozen Hard.
49.
And he has all the health from Force and Black Cleaver, and then he has 2 Drakes. Eventually, we'll surely win this game.
They probably could just press their buttons and run it, Bro.
They can.
But they're not that team, you know? They're not going to make that insane risk.
They're not about that life.
They're not about that life.
No.
You got to live your truth, you know? As here we go. That is the flank onto Effort. He just disappears as Kingen is lining up the Mega Gnar, gets 3 into the wall, and this is going to be the end of the game, ladies and gentlemen, as Karis is trying desperately to just kite it back, but not meant to be. Morgan here going to go down eventually. He also took tons of damage, gets chased down here by the Kassadin, as the rest of the team's going to push mid. And now there's only 2 guys here. Karis still alive, will hold on in desperation.
Clean game across the board for Hanwha Life here. Individual, Kingen didn't have the best Gnar game, got caught out once, had some ults that were kind of whatever, but outside of that, you know, can't really fault him for it. Was there when his team needed it most. And Clid, Viper, and Zeka getting it done in this one.
Oh, man. Well, they're just bullying the Annie at this point. As happy Bumblebee for Viper, he's got to feel happy about this game, even though he was not necessarily the guy picking up the kills. As well, they're actually waiting for Henna to respawn. They're going to go for it now. 37 minutes is the time. Hanwha Life Esports take a very clean game number 1 as we push in with you know, second Baron or something like that. Nice little setup in the last fight. You know, at least they set up a lack of vision and a nice little flank there, so it wasn't all just, okay, we got to wait for the objectives, but...
Yeah, could have also done that like halfway through this graph.
Exactly.
And that's from a team of this caliber, they got the win. They should get the win. And the one downside for Hanwha is that they are fairly heavy on the magic damage. So if Viper doesn't snowball, they might be in trouble. But they have Cryo in mid. They will have Cryo early in top, but top lane doesn't matter that much. And Jax.
It's not very cute when he plays Renekton. That's just scary. But he's not playing Renekton this time. He's playing Jax. And he's already going to set up against the Vi, who is running straight at him over a ward.
Yeah, I think Umpty's dead.
Yeah, he looks pretty doomed here, as Umpty taking a ton of damage, not even going to flash. First blood given over to Clid, as he sets it up very nicely, and Umpty runs straight into his trap. It's totally fine. Clid, again though, just showing his face. Let's listen in.
바이 왔다?
Vi is here.
예, 밀려낼 것 같은데 이러면 그냥?
He's gonna push in here. Here comes Clid now looking for mid. The Akali can be very slippery, but already Kara's getting pretty low. Zeka is going to hit it as Clid is just over the wall. Like, it was kind of an awkward angle. I'm not sure where he was going to, but maybe just wanted to support mid lane and make sure that
he found a trap. They do also know where Umpty is, which means that Kingen can use this time to go
low life. He's going to get ignited, but sitting on top of the trap is the Karma, as Effort will go down. Immediate trade back and forth. Henna's got a lot more mana. but he's a little bit low on cooldown, so he is just going to back away from this one. Kingan's been doing this very nicely, but Morgan trying to bait him into the stun. He's got the flash by. Assault Battery comes on in. Kingan is dead. Zeka, though, trying to force this fight. He's got his Nidalee Clid nearby. A lot of damage onto Zeka already, but he is not low enough to be taken out as Clid is going to hit one more spear and pick up the kill.
Oh, the nerves. Shouldn't beat the flash, and even if he does, I don't think he necessarily survives it.
해보자 이거.
Let's go for it. That's all he said. He said, let's go for it. Yeah, I mean,
for Brion, it's pretty good.
Okay, Zeka is just hunting the Vi, seemingly. He's just going to take away the Blast Plant, as his team is meanwhile all on the top side, so probably shouldn't be taking fights at this moment in time. But Zeka is actually going in onto Umpty, even though he sees Morgan, so he is extremely confident to go in on this one, and he's just going to get booped on the head. Everything I said just thrown out the window, as that is going to be Morgan that picks up the kill.
The CC chain is really good.
And now Clid in a bit of trouble here. He is going to fail his flash. He gets over to his team at least, as flashing in his Karis, but there is the binding. Do they have the damage is the question. Trying to Gale Force and get that extra bit, and Viper will pick up the Akali on the backside of this.
Does have to flash though. The more I see, the more I'm like, this is going to come down to can Viper 1v9 on Caitlyn? Which, to be fair,
yeah, and probably. And Zeka in a little bit of trouble here. He is going to get burst down.
So you're Caitlyn, you're playing into Akali, Vi, and Jax. So the answer,
seems okay, yeah.
The answer should be no. No, you cannot carry this. And then Kingan had a lackluster game number 1 and is not in a great game state at the moment. He's not going to win the 1v1. Clid died and is
double binding action.
Who isn't going to scale nearly as well. And
yeah,
there's no rush.
I think he's got some time.
We have to take it easy.
I heard that Wolf was also considering it, so.
Well, I mean, he got ahead of the curve with his Zeri certification process, right? So
yeah, that one's
I don't
a lot less common, actually. But I think, you know, it still has a place on the broadcast.
That's what makes it so good, is Kingan might be dead.
This is an orange buff situation. Kingan is going to go down, and 100 to 0'd. Actually, he just could not even cast one thing. Speaking of getting 100 to 0'd, will they get Karis here? Yes, they will. Wow, the absolute state of things in this game. Yeah, 16 minutes, sorry. The absolute state of the vision on the bottom side of the map as well. Like, there's not a single ward. Well, the crowd now broken, as now the turnaround goes on to Clid. Nice stopwatch, and teleport is coming in, but can they win this fight from behind? This good timing on the Mega Gnar, but take a look at the front of this fight as well. Karis not able to get over the wall, though, and he will be left alone. The Gnar actually splitting this fight up very well, as Zeka is able to get in there, but Morgan is ginormous in this fight. He is just taking off heads right now. The double kill, as Viper still extremely scary.
Zeka and Kingan both have TP. Starrick's now done. Void stuff done as well.
He can kind of just sit there, you know, and wait for the right moment, and it looks like they're going to try to go for life. He does have a crown, though, but eventually he just dies. So down goes the Lux, a nice little flank from Umpty. Out there in the front, nearly got his head taken off by Viper. But how life?
No vision.
Yeah, they don't have vision. They don't have vision.
They're going to get engaged on.
Top here, there is the 3-man counter-strike as they run straight into it. Kingan trying to keep Viper alive, but he will not be able to. As Zeka is pretty scary, but is he scary enough is the question. They've also got Clid on the backside here, bro, with immense amount of power and control over this objective. Clid waiting in the wings, hasn't shown on vision just yet.
If Clid gets this, I swear to God, Valdez.
Okay, they're just going to get over the wall,
it's
and
fine.
He is dead. Oh,
it's okay.
He's got a Sonya. Stop damaging the Elder, please. Okay, they're just going to take down Clid instead, as Morgan is just dancing on him. And down will go the Elder.
The pinnacle of power. You have Elder buff,
Exodia,
and you have the Baron buff.
Go
That's
mid.
all you need to win the game.
Yeah. Bro, just group mid and push. You got this.
So do you have what? That's the one job.
Yeah, this isn't.
Oh no!
It's just what's gonna happen.
You win any 5v5 fight.
Uh-oh. This is going to be Morgan alone. Should be able to get this inhibitor, I guess, as in goes by, trying to keep them away, but now Umpty's not in a great spot as, okay, that's just going to be the guy burnt down, as, yeah, Karis will finally begin to press his buttons, as a lot of hate damage does come in, but I'm not sure that Viper can do it alone against Elder Buff, as he's sticking down. Might just die here, actually. No, they're just going to hit the Nexus. Okay, we did it! We did it, bro! You pressed your buttons, and we took down the Nexus. Game 3 will happen in this series.
I didn't like it, but I could see the angles. And then Zeka and Kingen just died both 3 times for no reason. And then there was no more, there was no more angle. As double Elder, double Baron, that's the Breon way.
I think the Jace would have gone really well with what they had on the bottom side, but instead they're just going to play for size.
So Morgan is one of our Fioras that actually split pushes, so yeah. I'll have some faith in him.
Wanting both of those picks here for the side of Clid, which he is going to get this time around. Shot. Kingen's like, I can fight the Fiora.
Yeah, this level 1 Fiora with Ghost and Grasp, you're not, it's not happening. Didn't actually, neither of them got a single creep up until that point.
Here comes Zeka, but Karis is right here to cut him off. Should not be able to steal this. He is going in onto Karis, but the entire bot lane is here, as Shuriken will miss. In goes Zeka once again, just trying to push them out. Not going to commit to any fights for just that position, so.
Value of repetition in learning actually is something that's been very well studied and very well documented. Really important to make sure to ingrain. Oh, Viper!
Uh-oh, there's the flash on in. They will get the root onto Viper. He is gone. First blood. They'll go into the hands of Effort. He's gonna move these Raptors out of the way. As the timing is now, and he knows it, the kick is good. Karis with no flash, and it should be the kill. As Zeka gets in and gets out. It's a very nice set play, and Clid is not gonna drop the Rift Tower. Onto Zeka, actually. The Shuriken lands, and he's got a perfectly set up Shroud. That's gonna be the end of Umpty and the end of Effort as well. Couple of kills as the Drake take was a little bit too slow. Kingen gets out here as well. And Zeka's able to set up that play. Effort's trying his best to stifle the Caitlyn alone.
Just the existence of Zeka means that you can't defend this turret. Can't do it.
Uh-oh. That's going to be probably a dead Karma. Yep, he's just going to get 100 to 0'd. Well, it's more like 40 to 0 as he'd already taken a bit of damage there. And down he will go. Nice binding here from Life.
I thought we
got there.
Maybe, but I mean,
the lull save has arrived. Yep, it's here. As okay, trying to make a little bit of something out of this lull state is Hama Life Esports. They are going to get on over and take down Morgan in the side lane. Yep, that is seen. In goes Zeka by himself. Is going to miss the R2 onto Henna and nearly die. Will just barely get out of here alive as the Realm Morph is coming in looking for some vision. And there it is. Umpty is going to get into that back line and click some buttons. As Karis gets incredibly low, though, and just gets zoned away. So does Effort. As Kingen quite scary at this point in time. Lands the one boomerang for the slow, and you can see just how much damage he can do in the 1v1.
Yes, they know.
He's flanking.
They got the inhib.
Karis still flanking.
Yes.
Still.
Yes.
Okay, no.
Okay, he's joined the rest of the team.
Okay, he's not flanking anymore. No, he's here.
I'm glad you gave us the flanking update.
Just letting you guys know.
I was very confused there for a second whether or not he was flanking.
It's okay. This was only the one from Karis. I understand. You gotta go for plays like this as a very nice setup for Clid. Just gonna find Karis. Do they have the interrupt though? They do not. As okay, they did have the Shuriken, but not gonna elect to go in on that.
Tough ask for Breon. 9k gold down in this game, or actually more like 10.
Well, it's 9.9. Oh, that's a nice little engage. They do get onto Viper. Down he goes. He's just gone. No more Caitlyn. Look at the rise damage, and all of a sudden, Hama Life Esports are like, wait, what? you have damage?
Yeah, it's still.
Okay.
Oh, Zeka.
Uh-oh.
He's on his way.
Okay, Umpty's gonna get him first, as he unfortunately is going to not know that he was there into just going down. Zeka is now on the hunt. Morgan looking to take him down the riposte. Not going to land. Zeka will have to flash away. Here comes Meganar as down goes Kingen.
They'll be okay. They're shoving here. They have Meganar to zone away. They're going to get the inhib, then they can rotate towards mid, get the next inhib. Oh,
wait, what?
yeah, I don't know about that
They
one.
just got sniped down. Meanwhile, Zeka is going in onto this one as they've got a Gnar behind them as well. Morgan not in the best spot here. As Karis, unfortunately, this time around, not able to get the flank off. And so it looks like perhaps, just maybe, HLE Esports going to push this one in and take down the Nexus. They have Baron, they have 3 inhibitors, and they have a massive gold lead of 11,000. As we are trying to get the flank on in, Karis gets in there, takes out the Lux. I mean, it's better than nothing, right? As Henna is going to go down, and that will be the game. HLE Esports will take the series 2-1. Pushing in, taking the win. As Henna did the most damage in the game, but not able to match the massive gold difference. That was 13.6k at the end of the game.
Thank you very much, guys. This is Jason for the solo Villa POG interview from Zeka from HLE Esports. Congratulations! HLE just picked up the 7th win of the season and you won back-to-back POG, Zeka. How do you feel? Yeah, we are on a 2-match losing streak since the second round robin. Feels amazing. And also I'm so happy with the solo POG situation over here. So we had a very extended series between you and Brion. How did you manage to keep focused until the end? Well, a lot of people actually already know that we always play a lot of late games, so we are already used to it, so it was not a big deal for us. So there were so many stuff to pay attention to when it comes to this series, and you guys and Brion actually have the longest average game time in the LCK. What do you think of this kind of record that HLE is displaying? Well, our players and coaches don't really pay attention to it too much, but I think it's mostly because of the pick that I play on the mid lane, the champions that actually hits the power spike very late. So I guess that's mainly why. Just like you said, you played Kassadin in game number 1. So is that based on your confidence that as long as we go to the late game, we'll be able to just stomp them? Yeah, partly, and also just our draft itself. We only tried to find the best way to win the game, and Kassadin was the answer for that in game number 1. And Zeka, I mean, you were showing great strengths throughout the season, but one of them is for sure your CSing. You are always farming at a decent level. Is that because your teammates actually let you take all the resources, or is that just you are good at farming? Well, funneling gold doesn't really exist anymore because most of the CS just comes from the laning phase. So if you lane well, you get to have more CS. I think that does make sense, these days, because laning phase does directly translate into CS numbers. And also in game 3, unlike the first 2 games, well, game 3 was very fast-paced. You guys were very ahead in gold early on, so what kind of stuff did you guys focus on after game number 2? Not only this game too, but also the last time we lost to Brion, I think it was also Vi that led Brion to victory, so we wanted to remove those options away from Brion this time around. And in game 3, you were able to just outplay the opponents on that Akali. First blind pick on the mid lane for the blue side from HLE. Were you not worried about the champion matchup on the mid lane? Yeah, I mean, as long as I can farm, well on the mid lane, she doesn't really lose any matchup. So I was not worried about my lane opponent. And then you got to play up against Rise, and you had to stop him from roaming around the map. What did you focus on playing up against him? So Akali cannot really get proactive up against Rise, but I got kind of lucky, so I started off really well, so I was able to exert more dominance around the map. And Zeka, I'm pretty sure you are able to, choose Akali for your world skin. Do you like it? I'm not sure if I can reveal it yet, but I did see some of the traps, and female champions in League is so pretty, so I'm pretty happy with the outcome. It's pretty sleek. With this win, you guys are able to get another win added to the streak, and your next opponent will be Kwangdong Freaks. I think Kwangdong Freaks was the first team we played up against in the opening day of the season, but I think they've gotten a lot stronger, so we will have to do our best in that match. This will be the end of the from Zika back to the space. Thank you.